Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in what I believe to be the worst Tier 10 in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, one thing I want to say, as I always do, is that I don't believe there's such thing as really bad tanks. As long as you're skilled enough to drive any tank, it can still be quite poor, but you'll do fine in it. And that's definitely the case for today's video. Even though I'm calling the tank I'm about to show you the worst in Tier 10, I still don't think it's an awful vehicle, and it can have pretty decent results, which we might even see in today's video. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it is probably the most uncomfortable Tier 10 to drive. Now, for any of you that have watched the channel in the past, you probably know where I'm going with this, and that would be the Object 260. Now, yes, I dislike the FE2 and 5B183. The reason I'm not putting it in today's video is because it's literally known universally as the noob tank. It's the vehicle that every new player grinds down because it has the highest alpha, and they say, wow, I'm going to have fun in this vehicle. Honestly, the 183 isn't that bad of a tank. I've played it myself a little bit, and yeah, it's actually not that awful to play. It's just that the majority of the games you see played in that tank are played by people that don't really understand what the tank's about or how to use it. This is a tank that even skilled players will sometimes just die in. It's the Object 260, a vehicle that features a decent gun, sitting at 2,993 DPM, decent dispersion at 0.317, decent aiming time at 3.3 seconds. It's got pretty poor pen, though, at 260, and its APCR, which sucks, and the premium is 312 with heat, which also sucks. So it doesn't have great premium pen, doesn't have great standard pen. Its average damage is okay, 420. It's a bit higher than your average 400, but it's still not that great. Gun depression sucks at 6 degrees. Mobility-wise, the tank's great. Goes 50, and it's got a power to weight of 21.4. The problem with this tank, which I've said in the past, is that the T95E6 exists. And not only does the T95E6 have a better power to weight than this tank, not only does it have more DPM, more penetration, but it's also got more gun depression. I mean, it's just a flat better tank in every single way. At this point, the T95E6 literally makes the Object 260 completely useless in almost every single regard, except for one, and that is, I guess, the 20 damage per shot. But unless you're talking about the 20 damage per shot, there's really not much this vehicle has going for it. Alright, well, up against us, we have a Type 71. Let's see what... That's about it, though. Type 71 and an IS-4. Okay. Now, the mobility on a map like Dynasty is... not very helpful, to be completely honest. I guess it does something. I'm going to go medium side. I think that's the best decision I can make here. And when I say medium side, I don't mean towards mid, because obviously Dynasty is such a small map that saying medium side on this map is kind of weird. But what I mean more often is that I'm going to be playing far corner here. That way I can hopefully deal with the mediums rather than the heavies. The nice thing about Dynasty is you don't need gun depression to work it. The bad thing about Dynasty is usually takes with a lot of super heavily armored parts do a lot better, which this tank doesn't really have. You don't need a lot of mobility on a map this small, so that is one thing to keep in mind. Alright, well, I'm not seeing anybody over here yet. KPZ's over there. Oh, we do have a Foch, which unfortunately, the Foch instantly turns, snaps, and penetrates my tank. Oof, okay, well, we got a bit lucky. Why is there a T30 in their spawn? The world may never know. I still can't believe that Foch literally managed to just turn and snap me, though. Because anybody that's driven the Foch knows just how inaccurate that vehicle is, which makes it just that much more stupid to see something like that happen. Alright, well, we're going to try and cross here. Could be a bit risky, but we're going for it. And nice, we were able to make the crossing. Hopefully we're not spotted. Oh, we are, of course. Well, unfortunate. I didn't want to be spotted in the crossing because I wanted to be able to catch that T30 off guard. But because of that, I'm going to... oh, well, looks like the T30 just wants violence today. Interesting. Well, this is the thing that I don't love about the 260. It's the fact that you just get bullied. I mean, the armor is... It's just horrendous. It really is. I mean, yeah, it's a tank destroyer, and it's a decent tank destroyer shooting at us. But notice how scared I'm playing this tank. It's such an awkward tank to drive. I don't want to put myself in any position where I can be rushed, which is why I'm staying so far back in this early game situation here. I was actually worried that IS-4 was going to end up rushing us, which is why I didn't play super aggressive. And speaking of the IS-4, there he is. So now I can't actually fight that guy. In this situation here, I'm literally useless to that IS-4. It's actually quite ironic, but that's kind of just how this tank is. So what I'm kind of hoping is that I can push up a bit. Our Vickers is indeed fighting that T-62A, and the IS-4 did shoot. So we're going to aim it on his lower plate, and there you go. We got a bonk for 416. Now, our team appears to be doing okay in this situation. I'm just going to chill here again, because, once again, my armor is not good enough to work this type of situation. I'm going to wait for that Vickers to distract that IS-4, and then I can make my move and start driving a bit more forwards. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. We got the Yag, and there's the IS-4. He's not aiming at me, but one thing you'll notice about this gun is even though it should be quite accurate, it actually misses pretty easy shells every now and then. And we bounce the flat side on IS-4. You can start to understand why I really don't like the Object 260. I mean, sure, it has some things going for it, but I don't know, man. The gun just, it's not even great. I mean, for what the tank is, the gun is really not that impressive. But let's see if we can get another shell. There you go. Another slap into that enemy Kampfpanzer. Unfortunately, we did get hit back, and now we got a full health Type 71 pushing towards us, which I can't do doodly squat against. So in this point of time, I'm going to leave. Yeah, I can't fight that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave, head over towards this way, especially because the 50B just got cleared. Ooh, boy, the traverse speed on this tank. All right, let's see. Oh, Type 71's just going to full-on go this way. Okay, well, let's back up. Hopefully he didn't proxy spot me. Nice, there you go. We did get one pen into the Type. I doubt he'll bounce me, because we all know how this thing's armor works. Yep. All right, well, let's go for a pen into his lower plate. There you go. And I doubt we're going to out-reload him. We are going to win this. That's the nice thing. And, yeah, unfortunately, even with adrenaline, we did not out-reload him. But we should win this, just based off of base cap here. We're up to 960 on the base cap already. And the IS-7, or the IS-4, for some reason, is capturing B and not going to C, which is rookie mistake. So because of that, we came out with a victory. Did the 260 make a huge impact in this battle? I can't really say so. I mean, we did okay. We did 3,000 plus damage. As I said, you can do well in a tank that's not very good. Now, I will admit to bleeding some of my health against that T30, but honestly, the only shot that I shouldn't even have bled any health to him, really. I was a bit disappointed I got spotted in that crossing. I was trying to get behind him, get some bleeds out, and then push my way through. Just a bit unfortunate. And that Foss shot, that was just kind of cringe. So I can't really be all too mad about that. We still did top on the team. But as I said, that whole situation there was pretty unenjoyable for the Object 260. You're essentially at the cusp of your team. If my 50B had died a lot sooner, definitely could have changed the outcome of that game. If that Vickers had not have been able to survive and leave with base cap, probably would have changed the outcome of that game. So it's a good example of where a tank like this definitely struggles. Now, on a map like Black Goldville, you have two factors you need to check. First of all, which way your team's going. We have 4 heavies. That means they have a possibility of just going to C. Now, honestly, I'm not against that, because my tank is so mobile, it wouldn't really matter. I could very easily bum rush into C, and it wouldn't even affect me. But we are going to go towards base A to start off with. Going to base A is usually a pretty important thing, just because of the fact, A, I'm mobile enough to go all the way wide and hopefully help out my medium. What the heck is my Foss doing? Well, oh well. I'm going to try and go wide, though. They have a WZ-132A. See, this is why I always question when people don't read lineups. Like, for example, this E50M is the only medium tank, apart from that light, and it's a tier 9 light on both sides of the map. So why as an E50M would you not take advantage of the situation that this game has literally gifted you? I always question stuff like that. So I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to play aggressive here. There's the enemy Hori. We're going to aim it on him, but unfortunately, looks like I'm not able to get a connecting shell. We also have the Chieftain, and there's the Hori again, all the way in the back there. We do get a nice shell in, but we also can see the entirety of the enemy team is just about off to the side of the map over here. Yeah, that's not really what I want. I'm going to be real. That is definitely not what I want. I was not shooting at that guy, but I guess we still ended up hitting him. At this point in time, I'm going to try and leave. I don't know if that's what I'm going to be able to do, but that's what I'm going to try and do. I can already see what's happening here, and it looks like a disaster waiting for me, so I'm leaving. I tried to do my job, tried to support my team. They didn't want to support me. They went to B. They flanked. I don't really know what my team's doing, I'll be real, so I'm going to leave. That's a waste of my time. But you can see where the Object 260, once again, relies on its team to do a lot of the hard work for it. Unfortunately, that shell did not go where I wanted it to, but at this point in time, it's just me and an E50M holding off a pretty decent portion of this map. Alright, well, T95's off to the side. I got spotted by something. Not really sure what it was, but there you go. Nice slap into the enemy WZ. We've dealt some damage at this point, which isn't too bad. Let's see. I'm not sure if that WZ is going to poke again. The T57 Heavy is able to go fully back around. Okay, well, let's see if we can do anything here. Maybe I can get a shell into this WZ. Looks like that might be a no. Oh. Bonk. There you go. Nice slap. Alright, I mean, we're getting shells out. That is the important thing. 50B pokes my teammate, which means we're going to poke him, and we'll just fire standard shell just to confirm the pen. That is one nice thing about the 260, is you won't have to worry about your DPM running out anytime soon. So we can make quick work of our opponents with our damage per minute this vehicle does carry. Alright, well, oh, E5, maybe he's going to poke me side on. He did. Not sure why. While this tank may not have armor, it does have more alpha than the E5, so poking me is kind of a dumb decision if you want my opinion. Alright, we got the Chieftain who wants to kill my KPZ, but I'm going to make sure that he has a tricky time doing that. Got another nice pen into that T125 there. We're getting some big slaps at this point. AMX 50B is going to kill my teammate, which also sucks for me. Oh, and now I got a whole plethora of death onto the other side of my tank. Oh boy. Alright, well, the Chieftain is rushing me, and unfortunately I do not have the DPM to fight this, but we're going to try my best. There you go. Nice little love tap. We got the T95 off to the side as well. Alright, well, Chieftain does actually manage to bounce me, which is pretty nice. There you go. Nice pen in. Once again, I can't really... Well, yeah, that was... an unfortunate battle, to say none the least. As you can see, the 260 is not a bad tank at all. But, skilled teammates I have. But, back to what I was saying, the 260 is not a bad tank. But, it's the worst of the tanks in Tier 10. And this battle pretty easily illustrates the problem I have with the tank. It's the fact that you don't make an impact in the battle. You can sit there, and you can deal as much damage as you possibly want, but at the end of the day, tanks like the 57 Heavy, the AMX 50B, they don't care. They're autoloaders. They can bleed 400 health, not give a single crap, and then just keep on going. And that's the major problem with a tank like the 260. It's a nice tank. It gets the job done sometimes, but most of the time, it's like this. And this is definitely the main reason I personally dislike playing the 260. So let's see what the result we actually finished off with here was. We did a pretty decent job, and probably the best I could have for the situation handed to us. We were able, in total, to deal 4,685 damage. And honestly, if that 57 hadn't gotten behind us, we could have dealt over 5,000. But, as I said, it doesn't matter how skilled you are as a player, doesn't matter how much DPM you have, in a tank like the 260 that doesn't have holding potential, doesn't have gun depression, and doesn't have anything crazy like alpha, people don't care about you. They'll just kill your teammates. My IS-4 penned one shell, 2,800 hit points, and he got one shell out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not much else to say. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. But just as proof why autoloaders basically make a tank like this useless, look at the top performers of their team. T57 Heavy, AMX 50B. Those are the only autoloaders they had. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.